Hey guys, what's up? You are watching Code Along Me, and in this video we are going to build a COVID-19 tracker app using ReactJs from scratch. So our end product is going to look like this. It is going to show global data when you actually load the web app, and you can select a country from the 200 countries given in this country picker, and you can get data corresponding to that country only. For making this project, I have used this API which has been provided by Johns Hopkins University, and you can find the link in the description box. So before you actually start, you need to install these packages using Node Package Manager, and you can find them in the description box. This is going to be a good learning experience, so without any further ado, let's get started. So this is the React app that I have created using Create React App tool. So you can see the output. It is going to look like this. And before we actually start coding, I want to tell you that we are not going to emphasize much on CSS, so you can find CSS file in the description box and use it. Okay, so now we are good to go. So this is the CSS file that I have created under the styles folder in the source folder of this project. You can see that it is quite self-explanatory, and if you find anything difficult or you don't understand it, you can ask me in the comment box. I will be happy to solve your doubts. First of all, I will create a new file under the source folder, and I will name it CoronaTracker.js, and we are going to use the class-based components, so we can use it. And so these are the import statements that we are going to use in our project. So you can see that we have imported the axios package, which will be used to send HTTP request, and we have used the bootstrap, and this is the styles or the CSS file we are going to use in our project, and this is the countup package that we are going to use in project to show some animation while we show the number of cases in our web app. As this is a class-based component, so we are going to define state here only. So I will define a constructor like this, and it will take props, and under this we are going to call super props, and after that we are going to define the state of this project, and under state we are going to have something like confirm, initializing that stuff. Then we will have deaths, and we'll finally have recovered. We are also going to show we are also going to show like when the data was updated last. So for that we are going to have something like last update. Okay, so as soon as the component mounts on the browser window, we are going to call this method component did mount, and you know that it is a lifecycle method, and in this method we are going to call this method named as this dot get data, and get data we are going to define like this. It would be an arrow function like this, and in this we are going to actually make an HTTP request to the API that I have shown you earlier, and for that we are going to use get method, and in get method we have to actually provide the URL. So we'll copy that URL from this website that I have shown in the description box. You can always copy and paste it. Then after that, so if we get some response like so, we will set the state of our React app like this, and we will set confirm to response.data dot confirmed dot value, and similarly we will copy paste this 3 times, and depth and for recovered we are going to have something like this, and last update is response dot data dot last update. So before we actually start working in the render method, I want to point out that we have made a blunder here. This one is recovered and this last update U is capital. So in the render method we are going to have react dot fragment. We are going to close the tag, and we will have a div with class name of corona body, and we will close that tag too. And so in this project we are using a lot of classes that I have defined in this CSS file. You can always refer those classes. Back in the render method we will have another div with class name is container, which is a bootstrap class. We are going to build a responsive web app. Like in this we are going to have one more div, and finally we'll have one more div with class name is equals name, and we are going to close this div, and we will define a center tag here. Center, we are going to close this, and in this center tag we are going to define the title of our web app, which is COVID-19 tracker. And after this particular div we are again going to have a center tag in which we are going to show the last update. Yeah, we will actually underline this stuff, so we are using and in this stuff we are going to have a class name of last update, and we'll define it like last update. Now we'll have an object of class date, and we are going to have parameter this dot state dot last update, and we are going to convert it into a string finally. And after this center tag we are going to have, we are getting some error. I think I haven't closed any tag. Let me see. We are good with this, so we need one more div. So let us check the output. We are not getting any output. Yeah, so we'll rectify that, and here we will define CoronaTracker, and we will have this import statement as well. Now we'll see. Yeah, so we are getting this title, and we are having this last update in our app. Now we will start creating those beautiful cards in which we are going to show the number of cases. For that we are going to have a div with class name of card deck, which is a bootstrap class, and it will have one more class of card decks, which I have defined in the CSS file. So now we will have one more div with class name equals card confirm and box. We'll close that too, and again we are going to have one more div with class name of card title and seat title. We'll close this too, and in this we are going to have one center tag in this we are going to write confirmed, and after this particular div we are going to have one more div with class name of card body, C body, as well as the text center, which is again a bootstrap class to center the things. And in this we are going to have that COUNTUP component that we have imported here. We are going to close this, and we are going to define some properties, like it will start from 0, it will end to this dot state dot confirm, and duration for this animation would be 1 second. There would be a separator of comma, and finally we are going to have, sorry, you have to use here double quotes, and finally we are going to have a class name of number. Okay, so this is for the confirmed ones, and we are going to actually copy paste this stuff, 1 and 2, and in the second card we are going to have something like recovered cases. It will start from 0 and end to recovered. Rest all will be same. Here will be deaths, and this dot stay dot deaths. Now we'll have a look at how our app is going to look, and if you see, so you see that we are not getting any output, but let me check. So I think we have made a mistake. I will rectify that. We will go to this render method, and we will copy this stuff from here to here, and we will cut, and we will put it here, and we will change the classes, like for the first one it is confirmed, the second one the first one it is confirmed, the second one it is recovered, and for the third one it is deaths. And now we'll look. So this is the final output that we are getting, and if you see that this is the global data, and if I minimize the window, and you can see that it adjusts itself according to the screen size on which it is being accessed. If you look at it, you will find that this is the global data. This is not a country specific data. Like if you see here, the confirmed, recovered as well as the death cases are for the global level. These cases are at the global level. This is not specific for a particular country. And in the next part we are going to implement the same web app for a particular country. Now we will design a country picker with the help of which we can select a country and get data specific to a particular country only. For that we are going to have one more file named as country picker. This is also going to be a class based component, so we will make it a class based component. And the additional imports that we are going to use for making this country picker component, and we are going to define a constructor which will take props super props, and after that we are going to define state like countries. It will have a list of countries, and this country field will hold a specific country. And as soon as the component mount, we are going to call this method component.mount, and in this we are going to call another method named as fetch countries, and this fetch countries will be a arrow function in which we are going to make use of this axios library to make get request to a specific URL. For making a request specific to a country, we are going to use this API. Like, it is having some 200 odd countries, and so we will copy this link and we are going to paste it in our get method, and we are going to define then it is going to send some response, and we will set state like this dot set state countries to be response dot data dot countries. In the render method we are going to have center tag in order to center the stuff, and in this we are going to have one form control, and we will close this tag too. In this we are going to have one native select, which is a material UI component on change is equal to this dot handle change. So this is the method we are going to call whenever a change is found to be in native select, and we are going to define it in a while. We'll close this tag too. In this native select we are going to have option with the key of global having value of global, and we'll write here global and we'll close the tag. So this is the default option that is going to the user is going to see. After that we are going to have a bunch of countries like this dot state dot countries dot map and in this we are going to return an option, and with that option we are going to have one key which is going to be unique, and value would be c dot name, and we will show c dot name. This will be an arrow function. It will receive an event, and we will define a variable value to be event dot target dot value, and we are going to call now this method in its parent class till country change and passing value. I think we are getting some error here. We have this semicolon. Okay, so now we'll move to this Corona tracker file again, and we will import country picker from dot slash country picker, and in this file we are going to define one more property like country. We will initially set it to null, and we will define one more method, that is handle country change, which receives a country from its child component, and in this we are going to again have a get request, and we will copy this stuff, and this API slash countries slash plus the name of the country corresponding to which we want to access the data. So we will have one then statement in which we will get some response and this stuff like this, and now we are going to have a country picker right there. We will close that tag also, and now we will see the output. Look, we have placed this country picker right above these cards, and it have a list of countries from which we can select one, and simply like if we select this US, and then it shows data corresponding to US only, and if we select some other country like South Africa, then it shows data corresponding to South Africa only. And again, if we shrink the window size, then also it is looking beautiful across several screen sizes. So this is the power of Bootstrap that it provides out of box. I hope you guys will find this video tutorial useful. If you have any doubt or you want to give any sort of suggestion, please let me know in the comment box. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel as we are going to make more awesome projects in future. Please hit the bell icon to get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Till the next video, bye bye, take care.